Hey Giants fans, Ryan Dunleavy, Matt Lombardo. After a gut-wrenching loss for the Giants, they fall to 1-3 after losing 33-18 to the Saints. Matt, simple question: is the Giants season over?
Yeah, Ryan, it's a really complicated question at this point because if you watch the game and you look at the offense completely disappear for the better part of 3.5 quarters, Eli Manning can't move the ball down the field. They can't establish the run. It really feels like this is a slow march to the end of the year, but then you look around the NFC East and the Eagles lose today on the road to the Tennessee Titans. The Cowboys are one game up on the Giants. The Redskins are on the bye week. I think next week is a real litmus test for what this season is.
The NFC East might be the worst division in the NFL.
I agree, and you say that coming into a year with the Super Bowl champs, and you thought the Cowboys would take a step forward, you thought the Giants would be potentially in the mix with all of their talent. I think we find out really next week in Carolina if there's going to be any sort of a season for the Giants to compete for the division.
I don't think the season's over, but I do feel like I'm watching Groundhog's Day. Like, I'm just seeing the same things over and over, and I'm hearing the same things over and over, like, we're not scoring enough points. Well, then find ways to score more points. The answer is not throw 5-yard passes all the way down the field, because eventually you're going to get called for a penalty, or you're going to have a negative play, and you're not doing enough on offense to overcome it. The defense we saw was good for 3 weeks, then good for a half today, and then finally when the offense got something going, the defense broke.
Yeah, I think the defense played well for the first half, maybe even 3 quarters, but they looked gassed on that final New Orleans drive. And the Alvin Kamara touchdown, that kind of felt like a defense that was just depleted by the end of the game. And it's funny you bring up the offense and not pushing the ball downfield, because I went into the New Orleans locker room after the game, and their secondary told me that the front seven, quote-unquote, put a scare in Eli Manning, and that there were opportunities to be had downfield, but Eli didn't pull the trigger. So when you hear that sort of thing, and you look at Odell Beckham on the outside, second time in 4 weeks under 100 receiving yards, they never really got
under 100. I think it was under 20, right?
He had 50. He had 50 total.
Yeah,
so
okay.
you look at that. They took Beckham away. They took Saquon Barkley away in all phases. He had the one nice run and not much more than that. This is about pushing the time where you have to push the panic button on an offense with all of that talent at the skill position players, but they just can't get the big plays going.
Beckham said it should not be this hard, and he's right.
Yeah,
he's right. It should not be this hard. Not with this much talent. It shouldn't be this hard. Giants are headed toward a season where, you know, they might have to hope 7-9 somehow wins the NFC East like it did the NFC West all those years ago for the Seahawks. If they're going to have any kind of season worth following.
Yep, no, I agree. And they're 1-3 on the year, going to a bye-week rested Carolina team that allows 100 yards less through the air than the Saints did, who were the worst passing defense in the league. So,
I mean, the idea that you didn't test the Saints secondary downfield is mind-boggling. It just makes no sense. And you're right. The next 3 games for the Giants are the last 3 NFC champions: the Panthers, the Eagles, and the Falcons. You could be 1-6. Then your season's over.
Yep, I agree.
Signing off. Make sure you read all our content, NJ.com/Giants.